Hey YouTube, Spyderco321 here. Got another knife review for you. I know it's been a while since I've done one, but on the plus side, I've been able to acquire more knives and use them and evaluate them for their different characteristics and things like that. So hopefully I can help you guys out if you don't have a particular knife that I'm reviewing, or you just want to see it before you buy it or something like that. So anyway, we'll get with this one. This is the Spyderco Chaparral Lwt. Came out the tail end of 2017, somewhere around November, December, something like that. But I picked one up right at the tail end of December there around Christmas time, and I love it. It's a great knife. We'll go over the specs and get into some of the comparisons of size to some other models, something that you might already have, something that you might be familiar with, just so you can get an idea of just how small and how thin this knife is. It's a really, really good EDC size. Onto the specs here. The blade length on this guy is 2.8 inches. The cutting edge on it is 2.25 inches. The thickness, 0.08. It's very thin. That gives it such great slicing ability. The handle on it is 3.6, giving it an overall of 6.4. Very lightweight at 2 ounces. And I don't have one of the Chaparrals with the carbon fiber and G10 laminate handles to compare the weight, but I mean, I'm sure that's available on from various sources online. But this is nice. At only 2 ounces, it makes a great addition to a small light pocket knife if that's what you're looking for. Okay, so as you can see, this is Carpenter's CTS HXP blade steel. Similar corrosion resistance and wearing abilities close to S30V from what I understand. As far as sharpening them, they feel very similar on the stones. Taichung, Taiwan, where this knife is made, designed by Sal Glesser. You can see it sports the wire pocket clip. You can put it left or right, tip up only. And then we have the back lock. And one of the things that everybody loves about the Native 5, just to get on the backlock subject, is how crisp and how sharp that lock is when it pops into place. And this is really no exception for a small knife. See if the camera will pick this up. But it really pops into place nice, and it just gives you a little bit more confidence when you're using the knife, knowing that it's got such a secure lockup. The jimping on it's done very well. Maybe if I can get the camera to focus on the jimping. There it is. A lot of times our Taichung knives, the jimping isn't quite that deep. Those of you that know Spyderco knives, you know that the Golden Colorado made knives, the jimping is very deep, offers a lot of traction. I prefer that. Some people think it's too aggressive, but I like it just because I know it's not going to slip out of my hand. But this knife is I would consider it a 4-finger knife. You use the 50-50 choil. Like it's there for, and then everything else falls into place. The thumb lands nice on the thumb ramp like it's supposed to. So in this grip, it would take a lot to get this knife to come out of your hand. It offers a very, very secure grip. And then being that it's nice and thin, and your pinching grips and overhand grips, it's also still very comfortable, and you can still get the fingers where they need to be to take advantage of the ergonomics for the rest of your hand and your finger there, even in multiple grips. So. But yeah, great little lightweight EDC pocket knife. The carbon fiber G10 laminate model looks a little nicer, and it's more of a dressier knife, but this certainly, I wouldn't mind, having this in some slacks. It's certainly going to fill the job as a gentleman's folder or a classy knife or a dress knife, as some people like to call it. For those of you not familiar with that material, this is the Sage. Let me wipe this blade off. This is kind of this knife's big brother. Very similar design, look and feel. But this is the Sage 1. You can see if we go handle to handle, see it's quite a bit longer. If we go cutting edge to cutting edge, it's longer. It's just an overall bigger knife. Thicker blade stock, different blade material. It's just a different knife. However, this material here is the carbon fiber G10 laminate that you would find on the original Chaparral. Same material. So like you saw those dimensions as far as length and blade length and stuff, you can see much thinner blade stock. Overall thickness of the knife much thinner. So that was just to give you the comparison there. A few more quick comparisons, some knives you might be familiar with. Benchmade mini Griptilian. You can see those knives are very similar in size. Handle length a little bit more on the Griptilian. Much more cutting edge on the Griptilian, but very similar. The Griptilian is not too far off in weight. Let's see what the 2 ounces on the spec sheet. I get 2.06 scale, so that's very close. Griptilian 2.57, so a little over 2.5 ounces on that. So half ounce, very negligible difference there. Another knife this gets compared to, well, used to, I guess, before they started showing up, was the Native 5, but now people are comparing it more to the Little Native, or Lil Native, that recently came out. I will be acquiring one of those soon, so I'll be able to do a comparison video for you guys on that for the small knives. But even the full-size Native 5, you can see, is not a whole lot bigger. The handle is bigger. If we line them up handle to handle, you'll see that there is some more handle here. If we line them up cutting edge to cutting edge, they're very, very close. And blade length as well is very close. So one thing we get over the Chaparral here is we get 4-way pocket clip compatibility, tip up, tip down, left, right. And again, here we're only tip up, left or right. But just for size comparison, and we'll throw a little weight comparison in there as well. So not even a half ounce difference, just barely a half ounce difference in these two knives. So good to know. Other size comparisons of note, just quickly, if it's something that you're looking for that's a little less expensive, this is a Buck Model 340. That's 100% American made knife, 420 HC steel. Flipper action's not the smoothest action in the world. Buck could have done a lot of things differently with this knife than they did, but they're putting these knives out. Hey, look, cut myself. They're putting these knives out for about, you can pick these up for 20 bucks or 24 bucks or something like that. So not a bad deal. The Chaparral is in the neighborhood of, I think, around $87 is what they came out. They might be a little bit more now that Spyderco has changed their map pricing from 40% to 30% below MSRP. But yeah, that was just a quick comparison real quick to show you how it stacks up against a couple of other models. You won't be disappointed with this knife if you pick one up for yourself. It's, like I said, it's lightweight, it's thin, it's a really, really good slicer. Only thing I've cut with it so far is food. I haven't really got into any cardboard or boxes, but I know it's going to hold up. I know the blades steel well. Have it in a few other models, and yeah, so pick one up. I'm sure you will love it. The Spyderco Chaparral Lightweight. Alrighty, thanks for watching.